So China is having what looks like the start of a banking crisis. Now, this is something that's been going on for years because of the way the Chinese run their system. They push loans through the system to try to pump their system up full of investment, full of currency. And they finance this through dumping exports around the world, just dumping cheap exports. So they have export-led growth, and they have what's called quote unquote investment-led growth. And I put that in quotes because whenever you get that level of inflation, when you have that monetary inflation, it starts chasing goods, you're bidding up prices, it looks like you have growth, but in fact, it's actually a misallocation of resources as a result of, in this case, government policy, but also central bank policy. So what ends up happening, and the Japanese know this firsthand, whenever you have a demographic collapse, when you have less children and there's less people taking loans from the bank, I mean, the central bank can print as much money as they want, but that doesn't mean that your money velocity is going to keep up. I mean, you actually have a decreasing, you actually have lower money velocity because your demographics are just aging into oblivion, which is what's happening. It happened in Japan, now it's happening in China. Because of the one-child policy, I'm sure a lot of you know, there's less and less young people in China. And granted, yes, they have a large population, but it is one of the fastest, I think it might be the fastest aging population in the world because of the one-child policy. And as a result of that, you can have all this currency. That doesn't mean the banks are lending. So if the banks are not lending, they're not making money. And you have an entire system that is over-leveraged. And this is coming at a time when Trump's tariffs, his 155% tariffs, start on November 1st. So how the market is going to react to that, we'll have to wait and see. But I'll put these two news clips. I'm going to shout out Eurodollar University, his YouTube channel. He breaks this down very well. I'm a little bit of an economics geek myself, but I'll put the links of both articles in my description below. But I want to give everyone a heads up. I'm sure a lot of you are paying attention anyway. You know what's happening to the world's economy. But China, the thing that this guy didn't mention is their demographics. And when you have poor demographics, of course, just like in Japan, they could print all the yen that they wanted to, the central bank wanted to, but that doesn't mean people are taking loans. Because when you have more old people than young people, they don't have, a need for all that liquidity. So I'm going to put a link in the description below, and you can read it yourself. And this just gives people an extra heads up. It's not like any of you don't know what's going on, but I think this is very interesting and worth paying attention to.